YouTube, happy Easter! Unless this video takes too long to upload, in which case, happy Caesar Chavez Day. Or, I don't know. And if you don't celebrate either of those, then just happy day to you! I'm Wolfforce here, as morning dew of course, doing another segment of Ask A Furry. Just to go over the rules again of Ask A Furry, you, the viewers, ask me questions via comments, personal message, whatever. You can ask me anything you want. It could be furry related, it could be life related, it could be whatever you think of, and I'll answer them honestly to the best of my knowledge. So, ask anything you want me to. Without further ado, questions from last time. Let's go.
Give Portal 1 and 2 a rating of 1 to 10.
So, this question is because I was wearing a Portal shirt in one of my other videos. I think my last one. I would say Portal 1, I would give... Yeah, I really like those games because I'm really bad at video games. Like, especially anything where something's trying to kill me. Legend of Zelda gave me nightmares as a child because I am really bad at video games. So I would give these like an 8 or a 9, both of them. The second one I would rate higher than the first because there's just more storyline to it and they actually, you know, gave it more of a sense of what's going on. The first one, a little less storyline. It's like, okay, you're doing all these tests for cake and oh snap, now the boss is going to kill you. Spoiler alert? Not really. But they're really fun to play. If you haven't played them, you should play them because they're great. Okay, next question.
Will you be getting a new fursuit in the future?
So I will be getting, for Morning Dew, a full suit. It's going to be worked on this month. I'm really excited. I hope I get it by the end of the month. And for another fursuit, I'm getting a different fursuit head. I think it's been finished now. I'm not quite sure. It might have a few touches. And right here I'll edit the video so I can put a picture of that head in there. And this would be Shyra's head, and I'll just keep the audio, I guess. Next question.
Do you think zippers or pull-on masks are better for beginners?
Having owned both, I would definitely recommend a zipper. Pull-on, they're tricky to put on. The zipper, you have to be really careful because you will zip your fur in it if you're not paying any attention, and you'll get the zipper stuck, and it's a pain in the butt. But a pull-on, you're more likely to rip it. So unless it's like a really big mask on you, in which case it's not going to fit right, and like you're going to have jaw issues. Like sometimes if I pull this, my jaw works better because it's a little bit loose. If I put my hair up, it'd probably fit perfectly. So I would recommend zippers, personally. If you don't think that you would rip it, and I'd say pull-ons take a longer time to get used to, then go with one of those if you don't mind that. Next.
If you could have only one thing, what would it be? A donut or a cat?
I don't eat donuts. But at the same time, after my last cat, I've said I'm not having an indoor cat ever again. So if it was an outdoor cat, like a barn cat, I would choose a cat. If not, I guess I would choose the donut and give it to Coda, and he would probably be very happy to eat a donut. Right, Coda?
Yeah.
Next.
Apart from the fur fandom, are you a member of any other fandom?
I like anime, but I only like the really popular anime, like Loser, like what I can watch on TV because I'm too lazy, except for a few. And so I'm not sure if I consider myself an anime person. I also don't cosplay much. I like Pokemon, but who doesn't like Pokemon who grew up in the 90s? Are there any other fandoms that you think I'm a part of? I guess I'm kind of a brony. Kind of.
You're pretty much a brony.
I don't know. I don't consider myself a brony, but I really like listening to
You play
brony
pony
music.
games.
I play pony games on my phone.
And you watch all the shows.
You watched all the shows too, don't give me that.
Hey, you make me.
And I like listening to pony music, so I guess that makes me a brony. I don't know. Oh, I should show my artwork, my picture. Grab my picture. I drew an amazing picture last night at 4 in the morning.
Of ponies.
Of ponies. It's here. It's me as a pony. Can you tell me if I'm doing this right on the camera? Is this right? Here, help me.
Yeah, that's about right. So,
there you go.
as you can
See, I'm a
all that's
pony.
going on.
And I'm
This
a
is her.
I'm a unicorn, and the only thing I can do with my unicorn horn is create puppies, and the puppies are always really angry and want to kill everyone. And down there is Coda, and his cutie mark is a heart with the troll face in it.
If you can see that there.
I don't think they could. It's a bad drawing.
It needs to be darker.
And there's a fox riding me. Because why not? Now I don't have a cutie mark because I'm lame. So, yeah, I guess I'm a brony. Deal with it. I don't care. Am I still on the camera?
Yes.
Should I move? Okay, next question.
I've heard a lot of rumors about furries that are really sexually based and disturbing. Are they true? And can you give me tips on how to become a furry?
So there is the sexual dark side of the furry fandom. I don't think anybody could deny this, but at the same time, that goes for every single fandom out there.
Even ponies.
Even pony. Oh God, yes. Sorry, I hate finding that kind of artwork. Personally, because I personally don't like pornography. Or anything of that sort. Especially of little kid characters, but anyway.
Continue.
There are sexual things. There's some really weird things like inflation, pregnant furs, the little kid furs, baby furs. I can't agree with those kinds of things, especially the baby furs, because that just children pedophilia. So there is that kind of stuff. You can be like me and completely avoid it and not like it, or you can go look that up if that's what floats your boat. If you are looking up stuff like baby furs, I please ask that you do not get into actual pedophilia in any way, shape, or form. That is a crime for a reason, and to be honest, that's kind of sick. Tips for becoming a furry. The only way you can really be a furry is by saying you and yourself are a furry. Nobody can, officially make you a furry. There's not some kind of initiation rite. It's just you like anthro-animals. Sorry, I can't say it. Which are animals with human characteristics. This could include, Mickey Mouse is a great example. Balto is a furry animal. I would argue even the famous Mr. Ed is a furry animal because he talks, and that also implies that he has human intelligence, even though he's just a horse. A horse is a horse, of course. If you want to get more involved with the fandom, you can look up furry websites, like Fur Affinity. That's an art website. Go to chat rooms. I couldn't recommend any because I personally don't go to chat rooms. You can get a fursuit. You could wear ears. Where's my tail? Wear a tail. Wear feet, hands, a full suit. You could paint your face. That's fun too. You could just appreciate the artwork. You can make your own artwork. There's a lot of things you could do. You make a fursona, but you don't have to do anything to consider yourself a furry. You can just say, I appreciate this art style. I'm a furry. Because, let's be honest, furries are based on art style. There are no such things as animals, real animals with human characteristics. It has to be through art.
Okay, next question. Hopefully I'm going to say this right, but have you heard of Tauren fox? Tauren.
I'm not sure if this person was asking, the artist Tauren fox, or if they meant, the foxes that have, the centaur kind of a body. I looked up Tauren fox to see if it was an artist, because I was like, oh, that sounds kind of familiar. And then I saw the page, and I'm like, oh, no, I don't think I've ever seen this artist before. But as for, the centaur, it could be more than just foxes, it could be anything. I have seen those before. I tried drawing one once. I'm not sure it came out very well. So, yes and no, depending on what you're asking. I have heard of it. Next.
How do you tell your family about your furriness?
Alright, so, telling your family about your furriness. This can be very tricky. Some parents will be accepting, some parents will not be accepting. So, really, you have to know your family before you ask them. And when I say parents, I mean any kind of legal guardian or whoever it is you're telling. They will have their own preconceived notions. They will have their own feelings about it. So maybe test the waters by... It's people yelling. Shush! Test the waters by showing them some stuff. Like, show them people in fursuits and maybe see how they react and, you know, let them know, oh, look at these cool costumes. Don't call them fursuits, call them costumes. Look at these cool costumes I found. And if they say, oh, yeah, that, or if they say, oh, that's neat, or if they just kind of walk away, then those are, you know, you get a feeling of how they're going to react when you tell them, hey, I wouldn't mind being one of those people in those costumes. When I told my parents, actually, I don't think I ever told my parents directly I am a furry, but they know I have a fursuit head. I've shown my parents I'm really excited about this fursuit head. So while they'd rather me save my money and not buy this kind of stuff, they're like, okay, if that's what makes you happy. Some parents, they will say, no, that's wrong, ew, or you're weird. So when you tell your parents about being a furry, I would say it's best to break them into it a little bit. For example, if you really like the artwork, show them some of the artwork. If you make artwork, show them what you draw. In that case, probably don't want to draw anything inappropriate if that's what you do, and show your parents that, for obvious reasons. If you think the costume is great, like I said, show them costumes. Maybe even wear ears and a tail and say, yeah, I really like this. Alright, my eye is really bugging me, so pardon me. That's how you scratch your eye in a fursuit. And if, you know, just, you could wear, like, ears and a tail, you could say, yeah, and then this is why I like wearing ears and a tail. Or, for some parents, like my parents, didn't really dig that, so that might be a little much. If you bring up fursuits, there's science behind this. Wearing the psychological science, mind you. Wearing a fursuit head, wearing a costume actually helps with self-esteem problems. For example, I'm pretty shy in public, but today I wore my fursuit head to the store. And I actually made little kids smile, and that made me really happy, because I'm like, yay, they didn't get scared of me because I have no eye color. That sometimes really scares kids. So you could show videos of, you know, fursuiters making people happy, and say, look how great this is. Emphasize everything good. Because remember, this is a fandom. You like something. But anyway, back to the point I was making before I get on to my next point. When I was wearing this in public, people were looking at me, and normally that freaks me out. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, people are judging me. Oh, I'm so self-conscious. But when you wear a fursuit head, you think, oh, you know what? Or any costume in general, they can't see me, so big whoop. It can actually help you be more social and feel less anxiety. So if those are things that your parents worry about for you, say, hey, I can hang out with these other people who understand at conventions and wear these costumes, and oh my gosh, I feel social, and I'm getting outside, and I'm interacting with real human beings and talking about something I like. These are usually good things. And I mean, you know, last resort, you're not going to drugs and gangs and that kind of stuff, so that's always a plus. You're still you. You are you. You've been the same you've always been your whole life. I'm going to assume if you're a furry, you're probably an animal lover, so you can bring up the topic with, hey, you know how I like animals and such. That's a great groundbreaker because it's associating you just really, really like animals. It doesn't mean that you're sexually into animals. I know I'm not. I'm actually very against YIF, or any form of furry porn. It doesn't mean you think you are an animal. That is otherkin. You can be an otherkin and a furry, but for example, I'm a furry but not an otherkin. I know I'm a human, and as cool as it would be to have ears and a tail for real, I know that I'm never going to be a dog or a cat or a wolf or whatever. What was the point I was going to make earlier? Oh, when you tell your parents or your family or whoever that you are a furry, timing, setting, the mood, all of that is really key. This goes for any kind of news you're going to break to your parents. Like, when I told my mom, when I dyed the tips of my hair, which my mom is really against hair dyeing, especially because I have nice blonde hair, I made sure that when she found out, it was in public. That way she couldn't start yelling at me and really overreact about it, because that would make a scene and that would make things awkward. So she got mad because I dyed the tips of my hair. Mind you, it was temporary dye and I was going to cut my hair anyway. But the reaction was a lot better than if she found out at home. where she would have free reign to yell at me and lecture me and all that stuff. So for something like telling your parents you're a furry, you're probably not going to want to do it in public, I assume. You're going to want to make sure your parents are in a good mood. If they had a bad day, they might end up reacting badly, not because of what you said, but just because they had a bad day. So you might say, Mom, Dad, I'm a furry, and they might go, oh, you're a furry. And it might sound bad, but really, they might not feel bad about it. It's just their tone is influenced by their bad day, and they could end up saying something they don't actually mean, or say it in a tone of voice they don't actually mean against you. You want to do it in a comfortable setting. You know, don't have your family like standing outside in the cold when you tell them, and then expect to actually talk about it and get into a discussion. Make sure, you know, nice comfy couch. It's a good setting for telling people important things. Make sure they're sitting down. Big news, you know. Make sure that when you tell them, you don't get upset. If you feel like you're going to get angry if they react badly or start crying, maybe wait and practice it on your own first. Just say, you know, think of what are you going to tell them? How are you going to explain to them? Are you going to show them anything? Like if you want to show them videos of fursuiters or show them websites of furry communities, you're going to obviously want to tell them where there's a computer handy. And just think about what you're going to say, and I would say break the ice to your parents. Like, I wore tails and stuff and drew a lot of animals before my parents found out that I wanted to wear costumes like this. So, small steps helps parents. Because a lot of people find us weird. Call me crazy, but not everyone thinks you should wear an animal costume for fun. So, just remember, it is an odd thing to them, but if they find it really weird, just say, hey, you know, it's no different than if I liked anime and cosplayed and spent lots of money on these costumes to look like a character from something else, or if they don't know what anime is, like, say, Comic-Con, you know, comic book characters, and Star Trek and Star Wars. You know, usually people know that people dress up for those kinds of things. You can say it's just like if I was a sports team mascot and I really liked some kind of sports team. Or you were that one fan in the crowd who paints their whole body blue and goes out shirtless to a game. You know, you're just a fan who likes to show it of what you enjoy. I'm going to be posting a video in the link below my in the comment section of a great video that explains what furries are. Watch this on your own time, and then if you want, you can show it to your parents. It does a great job explaining what furries are, both to the parents themselves and to the child, or presumed child of these parents, to kind of say, you know, this is what your child likes, and these are behaviors that they might like, and it's okay, don't freak out. Otherwise, if you want more specific details on like what to do, you can go around and just ask other furries, you know, maybe post on forums or something and say, hey, how did you tell your family that you're a furry? And just listen to stories and listen to how other people did it. And for anyone who's facing this situation, it really stinks that telling your family that you have an interest in something is so, you know, it's like coming out of the closet. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but that there's just that such negative social stigma, because really, you like anthropomorphic animals. You like animals with human characteristics. That is all. So, for anyone facing this dilemma currently, I wish you the best of luck. I hope it goes well. I hope your family reacts well. Anyway, this video is extremely long and I apologize. Go ahead and ask questions in the comment section below. I will only be taking 5 questions next time. Only 5. And hope you have a great day. Bye.